Alright, let's talk about Olivia Wilde's new film, The Invite, but not just the movie itself. Let's dig into why this might be one of the most fascinating career moves she's ever made. Imagine fighting to release a film in theaters in 2026, knowing studios are practically throwing money at you to send it straight to streaming. That's the gamble Wilde took, and honestly, I respect the hell out of that. Why? Because she's betting on something bigger than box office numbers, she's betting on the experience of cinema. And frankly, we need more filmmakers willing to take that stand. Now, let's unpack this. The Invite premiered on one of the world's largest cinema screens at Locarno. Wilde called it overwhelming and exciting, and I get that. But here's what struck me, she framed it as a rare chance to see the film in its intended scale. That's not just hype. It's a quiet critique of how we consume art today. We're so used to watching movies on our phones, in 10-minute increments, that sharing a collective laugh or gasp in a theater feels revolutionary. Wilde's fighting for that magic, and I'm here for it. The film itself? A bravura dinner party dramedy, as one critic put it. But what's really interesting is how Wilde describes it, a love letter to indie filmmakers like Cassavetes and Woody Allen. Wait, Woody Allen? Yeah, that name's going to raise eyebrows. But here's the thing, she's not celebrating his personal controversies. She's channeling his ability to mix humor and existential dread. And honestly, that duality is what makes The Invite resonate. Life's tragic. Sure. But we laugh anyway. That's human. Let's talk about the collaboration angle. Wilde says this was the most collaborative project of her life, workshopped with the cast, inspired by international remakes of the original Spanish film. That's not just humble talk. It's a blueprint for how art should work, messy, iterative, and deeply human. And yet, how often do we see directors cling to control? Wilde's approach feels radical because it's vulnerable. She's admitting that great art isn't a solo act, it's a conversation. Which makes me wonder, why don't more A-listers embrace this model? Maybe they're too busy protecting their vision to realize the vision needs other voices to breathe. Oh, and the box office? A rare hit summer comedy. But here's the twist, it's about heartbreak and implosion. Wilde's point. The funniest moments come from universal pain. That's not just clever writing, it's a defense mechanism. We laugh because if we didn't, we'd cry. And in a post-pandemic world where collective trauma is the norm, maybe that's why this film resonates. It's not escapism, it's catharsis. So here's my closing thought, Olivia Wilde didn't just make a movie. She made a statement about how we need art to connect, to each other, to history, to our own messy emotions. And if that sounds overdramatic, ask yourself this. When's the last time you laughed so hard in a theater that you forgot you were crying? That's the tightrope The Invite walks. And honestly, more filmmakers should dare to stumble on that wire.